Educating Manchester has so much drama, it's insane. Hello friends, today we are going to be watching Educating Manchester. Now if you've never seen the Educating series before, don't worry, here's a quick rundown. This show documents the dramatic lives of students and teachers at Harropfold School in Manchester. Today we're going to be talking about the most viewed episode of this series, and it mainly focuses on two students who are trying to navigate their difficult lives at this school. Will they succeed or will they crack? Hey, the game's the game. Let's meet our two students. Our first student is a year 11 called Mitchell.
I started wearing makeup about 3 years ago because I got psoriasis.
Yes! Come on! Psoriasis gang, stand up! A relatable king. I love it.
It covered it up, but now that I've got better at it, I just like wearing it. It defies your face, it makes you look slimmer. Do my eyebrows look okay?
Are you gonna tell him or am I? They kind of look like two slugs fighting and somehow both sides are losing. Is that what eyebrows are supposed to look like with makeup? Is this good? I don't know why I'm pausing, you can't respond. Let me know in the comments.
I've been walking around with my makeup on, everyone knows me.
The first time I ever talked to him, he pulled out his high heels and he's like, what do you think of these big stiletto things? I said, don't be getting my heels out in here, Mitchell. I've got maths to teach you.
I'm sorry, but the shithousery to just get your stilettos out when you're learning Pythagoras' theorem. Tremendous. When would you bring out your stilettos in math? I've never had an equation where I'd went, you know what? I really think my pair of stilettos would help during this.
I think I see things from a girl's perspective and a boy's perspective. I don't think I fully understand it yet. I will like a boy, but sometimes I'll look at a girl and think she's beautiful.
Go king or queen, whatever you want to be. So as you can see, Mitchell is a year 11 who is kind of still discovering about himself, just learning about like how he wants to navigate life. However, straight away Mitchell is then thrusted into drama as the head of behaviour teacher, Mr. Chambers, is alerted that Mitchell has a Tinder profile.
You're going to have to speak to Mitchell with me, Sean, at the fact that he's on Tinder.
He's on Tinder?
And his age is 19.
What's Tinder? Sorry.
A dating website.
Yeah, what's Tinder? Yeah, I've never heard of that. I've literally never heard of that. Yes, you have, Mr. Chambers. You've definitely got a Tinder gold account written all over your face, man. Unlimited swipes.
So you swipe one way if you like them, apparently.
Christ, has she got like a discount code in her bio or something? She's really, you know, trying to sell Tinder to this man. Also, did 3 teachers really need to come into the office to say this? Was that really necessary?
Tinder's for everyone.
Grinders.
Grinders is for men.
Come on, sir, out of you.
Probably on that as well.
Oh my god, that is an outrageous comment. Yeah, he's probably on that as well. Well, that's not a good thing, love. He's in school. Should you really be joking about that? There's like 30-plus-year-old men on Grindr. They have no business with this boy. Mitchell is then called into Mr. Chambers' office to discuss the Tinder account. But before we watch this tussle, a quick word about my favourite company. Food. We all need it. But it takes too long to cook something as gorgeous as this, right? Wrong. With the help of today's sponsor, HelloFresh, you can cook gorgeous meals like this in just 20 minutes. I've been using HelloFresh for 3 years now, and it's honestly made such a difference to my life. Like, it saves me so much time. Like, I don't need to meal plan or go to the supermarket, which for someone like me who is very introverted, that helps a lot, as everything is just delivered straight to my door. They have a rapid recipe range, which is like perfect if you've had a busy day, because it only takes 20 minutes to cook the meal, which takes less time than cooking chicken nuggets in the oven. Like, which one are you gonna choose? Each recipe is so easy to follow. They all come with like a step-by-step guide to walk you through it. Do you know when Remy and Ratatouille guides the guy to make gorgeous meals? This is the real life version. Look at me cooking chicken skewers all by myself. I didn't even need Chloe for this, and that is quite an achievement for me. Gordon Ramsay, sit down, fella. With more than 44 recipes to choose from per week, HelloFresh has a variety of light and healthy and refreshing options to choose from this summer. Honestly, if you're like me and you just want to build up your confidence cooking, HelloFresh is a great way to do that. And you can get portions which are starting from £3.15, which is like a great price and can help you cut costs. It's helped me save loads of money, and that is before the discount code I'm about to give you. Oof! I feel like a proper influencer. You can get 60% off your first box and 25% off for the next 2 months, plus free gifts, using the code HFCAM2023, or you can just scan this QR code and it'll take you straight there. Thank you HelloFresh for sponsoring this video, and if you don't mind checking them out, it really does help me, and it means that HelloFresh will still want to work with us. So yeah, I appreciate it.
This has been brought to our attention by a member of staff about some activity you've had on websites over the weekend.
Tinder.
Yeah.
Well, don't incriminate yourself. Why would you do that? That's like getting called into court for like, I don't know, like a parking ticket, and then they ask you, so what have you done this weekend? And you go, murder. Murder? What? No, definitely not murder. Why would you say that?
So what have you done on Tinder?
I don't know.
You've obviously made a profile of yourself, so you're posing on there as what?
18.
Oh, I think it's 19. What are you doing?
This is bad because from Mitchell's point of view, he's probably not understanding that that is bad. But if like someone is 19 and they see that this person is 19 on Tinder, like it just is so bad that he's doing that. But also, is that not like the mom's job? Because does it really affect his schoolwork? Like I don't know why the school are getting involved. I guess it's for his safety because he could meet people on there that could take advantage of him. But I just find it odd. Like how did they find out about the Tinder profile in the first place? Does that mean a teacher found him on Tinder? Oh my god, that is awful. Can you imagine being a teacher, just swiping and then you're like, I teach him. I'm marking his bloody maths booklet.
You know that that's illegal, don't you? You're not even 16 yet, are you?
Get it took off now, Mitchell.
I've just deleted the app.
Smart Mitchell, very smart. He's deleted the app, and we all know that doesn't delete the account. This man is playing chess when everyone else is playing checkers. The teachers then take the phone off Mitchell, but then the interviewer somehow knows that Mitchell has a second phone.
The mobile phone that you had to give in, is that your real mobile phone?
How do you know?
Why has this child got two phones? Who is he, Kevin Gates?
I got 2 phones.
Is Mitchell selling drugs on the side? Why would he need two phones? I don't get that. The episode then progresses and we learn that Harrop Fold are holding like a play called In the Woods, and they want all the students to audition. And this is where we meet our next student called Callum. And Callum's like one of the popular kind of tough lads around school, but like his big dream is to be an actor, but he's like embarrassed to like audition for the play because he feels like his mates will take the piss out of him.
All my life I've wanted to be an actor, but I've always been one of the lads and stuff.
You've always resisted until this point?
Yeah.
Because of the lads?
Basically.
I feel this because I think if like, I don't know, if I went and acted in like Wicked, let's say I wanted to be Elphaba, the actual witch, not the TikToker, the amount of stick I would get off my mates, I feel like they would just turn up to be in the front row and just throw popcorn off us. And I can only imagine that is like 10 times worse if it's like a school play.
A production, Into the Woods. Don't tell anyone. John, honestly, don't tell anyone.
Oh, Callum's life flashed before his eyes there. He was like, mate, please, nobody can know about this. Not a single soul. As if he isn't going to perform it in front of the whole school in a couple of months.
They just feel like, oh, drama boy. They all think, oh, it's all singing and dancing you do and stuff like that. It does wind me up quite a bit because they're just all stereotypes and it's not nice.
I respect this though. Like, this is like such a big thing in school, because it's like in school, like, you'll know it's like a horrible environment. Like, you don't feel like you can be yourself a lot of the time because people will like take the piss or people will talk about you. So for him to like properly go out of his comfort zone and do something that he actually really wants to do, like, I have a lot of respect for him. On the topic of doing a play, I've got my own story I need to tell you. When I was in year 6, okay, my school were doing a play called Hamlet, which is a Shakespeare play, and I got the 3rd biggest role in the play. I know, look at me, Horatio. And little did I know that our school decided to adapt Hamlet and give Horatio a singing part to close the entire play. Of course they did, why not? They just heard my voice and they were like, ooh, bit of Ollie Murs about him. He's singing. Ollie Murs? Why Ollie Murs? How old am I? And when my teacher told us that I had to sing, I was like, I'm not fucking singing like me. You think I'm gonna sing? I'm not singing, love. But she forced us to do it, and I will never ever forget this moment for my entire life. This was the last song of the play, and during the second half of it, I had to fall to my knees. I had to fall to my knees and continue singing. And what made this 10 times more embarrassing was my dad showed up for one of the shows, and as I fell to my knees, I just remember locking eye contact with him. And this was literally his reaction as soon as I fell. I'll never forget. And even worse, for some reason, Joe McElderry, remember the guy that won X Factor? He was just in the crowd. So not only was my dad disappointed in us, but Joe McElderry thinks I'm an arsehole as well. What a terrible day that was for me. Anyway, back to the show. We meet the head teacher, Mr. Povey, who's like an absolute legend, and you'll see why further into this video. But he gives Callum like a pep talk, and it's really weird to see like a head teacher be so, I don't know, like emotionally available.
You should be proud of your abilities. There's so many people that don't show it because they don't think it's cool, so they kind of hide it
away somewhere. And if you're not careful, you might be too late before you've ever done it.
That's actually such sound advice. Big up Mr. Povey, what a legend. That was literally exactly what Callum was worried about, so to hear that from a person in authority is probably going to like make him confident enough to go and audition for it. On top of this, another person who really wants Callum to audition is his girlfriend Maddie.
Are you auditioning?
I won't be if she won't.
We used to hate each other, honestly. We used to argue all the time.
Who was chasing after who?
It were me at first, actually.
These should be doing Romeo and Juliet fucking the woods. Christ, that is really cute though. They're definitely splitting up in about a month. I remember when I was in school in like year 8, I thought like I loved this person and they told us they loved us back, and then in reality they'd been like kissing like 4 boys behind me back, and I was heartbroken. And both of these people convinced Callum to actually audition, and this is where we get like a first glance into his personality.
Would you go for like a speaking role or singing and speaking?
I've not got a good voice.
How do you know?
Because I sing at home and Maddie tells me.
I like this kid. Oh, he is cool. He is cool. Do you ever have their moments though, like when you sing at home and you hit like a certain note and you're like, could I be Doja Cat? Anyone else think that, or is that just me? Probably just me.
Before, my anger was a lot worse, as in I couldn't control it as much, and Maddie has definitely helped me with my confidence going through into this. If she wouldn't have said just go for it, I wouldn't have done it at all.
Big up Maddie. Big up Maddie. Even if they do split up in like a month, again, this situations, relationships like this can actually like have such a big impact on the rest of your life. Like Maddie making Callum believe in himself, like he'll probably take that into like, I don't know, college, like into work, whatever he goes on to do. So that's just such a cool thing that like she is like giving him this confidence even though she's like so young. Like it's like class. Switching back to Mitchell, we meet his mother who says like Mitchell's dream is to be on stage and be a star. And just before Mitchell goes to audition for the show, the head teacher, Mr. Povey, says this.
Go in and do what Mitchell does. You stand on that stage and you make it yours, don't you?
See you later.
Break a leg.
Side note, why is this a saying? Like, why do people say that? I know it means good luck, but why? If I genuinely break my leg, what does that add to the audition? If anything, it just throws a spanner in the works. Like, how am I meant to hit the high notes when my fibia is pointing west?
Ready? 3.
Agony beyond power of speech. High in a tower, she sits by the hour, maintaining her hair. Blithe and becoming, and frequently humming a light-hearted air.
Wow, there's not a dry eye in my house tonight, fella. Voice of an angel. You look like a pop star, you speak like a pop star. You're through to judge's house, son. By the way, I just want to quickly stop this video to say 79.5% of you are not subscribed to the channel. Press subscribe now. Quick, do it, so you never miss another video ever again. The show then cuts to Mitchell in Mr. Chambers' maths class, and they have like a back and forth.
Mitchell, you are going to have to listen here.
Can't go in one lesson without worrying me about something else.
In 5 months' time, you're going to go and do an exam. I'd revise hard in here, get the work under my belt. It ain't that hard.
Can't be hard.
Where do some kids get the confidence from? Could you say this to a teacher? Like, I cannot be arsed. I wish I had that power in school. I would feel so powerful. I would feel like an Avenger. Mitchell is then sent out of the class and Mr. Povey pulls him for a meeting in his office. During this, Mr. Povey gives him like a verbal warning, but is also like really understanding and just tries to kind of help Mitchell to get back on track.
You're a crucial part in year 11. You can't afford to make these mistakes anymore. I do not want to hear of disrespect. I do want you in your lessons. You understand?
Yes, sir.
This is the last time I'll have this conversation.
This just shows how good Mr. Povey is at his job, but then it cuts back to Mr. Chambers, who reacts like this.
Mitchell. He's like Peter Pan, he doesn't want to grow up.
Yeah, I don't think that's the issue here, mate. Why would Mitchell want to be like Peter Pan and stay the same age? That means he's in your class until the day you die. Also, how is he like Peter Pan? Does he fly? Does he wear a lycra green outfit? Does he intrude to unsuspecting girls' windows and take them to a place that doesn't really exist? Does he fight with a pirate who has one hand on a daily basis? Until he does any of those things, I don't think he's like Peter Pan. But as it's shown during different parts of this video so far, Mr. Chambers likes to kind of joke and take the piss out of Mitchell's situation a bit more than what like Mr. Povey does. And he does this again when he discusses with another teacher about how to make Mitchell interested in maths.
Isn't that someone somewhere that can link maths into a form of dance? I want him to do well, that's the thing, you know, I really do.
Oh yeah, because that'll work. Sin, cos, tan. If we combine the three into a momentary dance, the world will change for him. The roles of them being picked for Into the Woods, and Callum and Maddie both get starring roles as a witch and a wolf.
Callum's decision to risk his reputation has paid off, and both he and his girlfriend Maddie have starring roles.
I'm pretty buzzing, to be honest.
You're not scared?
Nah.
I'm scared to be the witch.
Why?
I just am. It's a weird character.
I'm pretty buzzing.
However, Mitchell doesn't get selected for the play.
We could give him a part in the school play, but has he earned it? No, he's not.
I don't really know if that's the right decision. Like, the only thing that he has a passion for at school, the only reason he's kind of turning up, and then you take that away from him in like such a crucial time in like exam season. Like, what impact will that then have on the dedication to his schoolwork? Won't he like just totally give up then? And on top of that, like his mental health as well, surely that's just going to make everything plummet. I do get it from the teacher's point of view, they're just trying to make him fix up and get on it with his schoolwork. But I don't know, I feel like we're going to have to wait until the end of the video to see how this plans out, because I feel like this could mess him up even more. However, Mitchell actually takes it surprisingly well.
Oh, I fucking hate school!
Now you're probably thinking, well, Mitchell's on the low, but at least Callum and Maddie are happy, right? They're currently involved in some peak high school drama. And I'm not talking about Into the Woods.
Someone's told Maddie that me and Callum slept together to get her and Callum to split up because they don't want to be together.
What? Can't a wolf and a witch be happy anymore? Can't they live in harmony? What happened to the harmony of that? Callum and Maddie then meet up to discuss this rumour.
I don't get why the fuck you don't believe me.
Well, she's not blocked anymore on Snapchat.
Oh, you think I've met her? Tell me now, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting off from Callum's point of view, he's probably just annoyed because if he hasn't done this, he's like, well, why is this situation even a thing? Like, I get the kind of like annoyance from him, but also the way he's handled this isn't that great, because Maddie's probably just wanting reassurance that he hasn't done this. Him getting angry only adds fuel to the fire. Like, if he just gives a little bit of reassurance rather than kicking off, this could all just blow over. Callum then starts to cry, and Mr. Povey pulls him into his office to have a chat about it. And again, Mr. Povey comes in clutch, because the way this man handles this situation is great. I don't want to shag this bloke, okay? I know I keep going on about how great he is, but I just think he's a nice guy.
Well, I was sat there eating breakfast in the canteen, and Maddie came running over saying I'm gonna go mad. I said, what's up? She said, you met Charlotte. No, I haven't, Maddie. She said, yeah, you have. The girl who just told me.
So Callum basically comes clean and tells Mr. Povey, like, this hasn't happened. Like, I don't know who said this or who started this. Like, this isn't true at all. Maddie also has a chat with another teacher, and she reveals to this teacher that she just has really bad trust issues. And this is probably why this situation has like been heightened to the max. And the girl Charlotte, who somebody's made a rumour has slept with Callum. What is this high school drama? Christ, it's so intense. She also says to a teacher, like, this literally never happened. Like, I don't know how this has started.
The thing is, they just don't speak to me, that's what it is. Well, literally, they said you shot Callum in the bushes the other day.
Bushes?
Yeah.
First off, shagging in a bush, uncomfortable. That can't be great. What happens if, you know, like, you're just mucking about and a twig goes up your arm? Don't want any twigs going in any orifices, right? Don't even want to imagine what that's like. It'd be like getting finger off Groot. Guardians of the anal cavity. I think the only tree that I would ever shag next to would be the one off Avatar. Actually, I think that's their god. That's wrong on so many levels. It's like shagging in an elevator, I guess. By the way, again, high school is just so horrendous. Like, any little drama becomes such a big thing because it's so intense, and there's like so many people trapped in one like confined space. I do not miss it at all. The worst thing about it is, like, if there's drama about you, you have to turn up the next day. Like, you have to go into where all the drama's just being surrounded. It must be awful for people's mental health, especially now with social media being such a big thing. I don't know how like people get through it. Going back to Mitchell, he has been even more disruptive in lessons, which I did predict if you take the only thing that he likes away from him.
Take your earphones out. At the minute, you're not having your earphones in. Show some respect, please. Keep your earphones out, Mitchell. So you don't want to be here at all?
No.
How rude is that? I'm trying to be nice
Really
to you.
don't care.
And the teachers at this point seem to be at their last straw with Mitchell.
I'm getting to the stage where I don't want to teach him anymore now because he just doesn't want to learn.
And their like last resort is they call his grandma and his mum to come in to have like a meeting with him to tell him to fix up.
My biggest concern is that he will end up failing his exam. I mean, we've got the incident where, what was it, in one test you drew a butterfly?
I'm sorry, but it's kind of funny. The shithousery is next level. Also, like, we've got no context here. We don't know what the question was. How do we not know that he was analysing the hungry caterpillar? That would have got full marks, that. Showed he's working as well. During this, his family and the teachers like all have a go at him, and I didn't know how he was going to react. However, his response kind of surprised us.
I just know that I don't want to let any of, not even just my family, I don't want to let myself down. I do want to succeed in life.
You know what? I feel like Mitchell is just one of those kids that just doesn't suit the school system, which is completely fine. However, that's not like talked about enough. Like, you shouldn't just be judged on if you're a bad person because you can't really handle school that well. Like, not everybody can concentrate for long periods of time without acting out. It's just unfortunate that during like year 11 it's so stressful, so I imagine like everything is amplified and he's probably acting out a lot more than what he would in like year 10 or year 9. Moving on, Callum and Maddie have some sort of like couples counselling with a student support teacher.
Do you want a biscuit?
Yeah, I'm going to eat all the ones that I ain't got chocolate.
You can eat whatever you want.
Christ! How much funding has this bloody school got, like? That's the posh selection, that. Look at that. There's like ribbed jammy Dodgers in there. Honestly, all we got was a pack of hobnobs, and there were the Aldi ones as well, the Odis. I mean, I like them, but hey, where was this selection?
Do you think it's true?
I don't know what it is.
And what's your gut telling you? What's your heart telling you? Been through this
No,
before.
I don't think I have a goat. Do I have a goat? Where's my goat?
Well, the biology teacher is sweating buckets right now. You're getting sacked in the morning, sacked in the morning. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, Maddie. I think you do have a gut. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. And after Maddie realizes she does in fact have a gut, her and Callum sort everything out and they say that they love each other again.
I think people have tried to like spread rumours and stuff. I kind of realise it's not true.
And keeping on with like the positive vibes right now, Mitchell actually knuckles down with his schoolwork after his mum and grandma came in. Like, he's actually doing really well in lessons, and because of this he gets a role in the play, but like backstage doing everyone's makeup, which I guess is like a good substitute because before he wasn't really involved at all. Who said having eyebrows on fleek every day got you nowhere? Just look at Mitchell, guys. Perfect case study. The show then comes to a close with the Into the Woods production taking place, and Callum absolutely smashes being a wolf.
Good day, young lady.
Good day, Mr. Wolf.
I just know he's never living this down in the group chat. I do proper respect him though, because he's clearly like one of the more popular lads in school, and for him to do this it takes like a lot of fucking balls, so well done, mate. Respect to Callum. You're up there with all the Hall of Famer wolves. Professor Lupin, Jacob Black, the Big Bad Wolf, all of them, you're up there. And in the credits of the show it tells you what the students are up to now they've left. And unsurprisingly, after this performance a month later, Maddie and Callum split up. She saw that wolf outfit and just went, I've got the ick. And Callum has went on to do a drama course at college, which he probably would never have done if he was never with Maddie, because Maddie gave him the confidence to do it. So everything works out. And Mitchell passed 7 of his GCSEs, which is actually insane for how much he didn't care. I'm sure that's more than me, and I really did care. That's embarrassing. That is so embarrassing. And this wasn't mentioned in the show, but you know the head teacher, Mr. Povey, he apparently got suspended from teaching at this school. I did some research and it wasn't clear why. However, on Twitter, during his suspension, he came out and said, look, I'm cutting quits with the school. I'm not working with them anymore. But that man was like the glue that kept a lot of these students on track. So I imagine that's had a big impact on the school now he's left. Hopefully he's doing okay. And if you would like to watch an even more dramatic educating video, click right here because I've done Educating Yorkshire. Or if you've seen that one, click here because it's a brand new second channel video. Click it.